Welcome back, Trinidad and Tobago. Well, Fiesta Plaza Movie Town will be set ablaze tomorrow as they continue with their wonderful series of events. It takes place every weekend. Tomorrow, I understand that we will be having Dominant 7th, or they will be having Dominant 7th. Relon Brown, who is a member of that band, is actually here with us, and he'll be there tomorrow as well. So we're very happy to have you on set this morning. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, viewers.
What is a Dominant 7th?
Dominant 7th actually is the name of the 5th chord of the major scale, and it's a very much used chord in jazz. So it also means total dominion, right? And that's another conversation that we don't have time for. So basically, it's musical as well as it kind of sets our purpose basically.
Wonderful. So it's a jazz band essentially.
Yeah.
How long
Calypso
have you all?
jazz.
Calypso jazz. How long have you all been around?
We've been in operation for 16 years, and April the 4th will be 16 years.
And what are some of your major accomplishments, places you've traveled and played?
Well, we haven't been outside of Trinidad yet, but we have launched our first CD. That was in 2016. We have done a whole lot of different kinds of gigs. I've won a Casika Award for Most Outstanding Director way back in 2005. That's for the Catalyst. I've played for Prime Minister Manning when he was in office. We played for, what else? We've done like jazz festivals, numerous jazz festivals, and stuff like that, right? And we also do workshops for secondary schools.
Workshops. So how do you reach out to secondary schools? Is it they contact you? How does it work?
Well, because I teach part-time as well too, so okay. I have contacts with the teaching fraternity, and we've kind of branched out and started doing things with people with whom I have good relations. The idea is to come next year to start reaching out and advertising our services and so on.
What types of services?
Well, they do workshop. Having you find that lots of musicians don't have the skills. They get into a tertiary level setting like UTT or UE, and they really don't have the skills required to progress, and they find it difficult. But if you impact them at the secondary school level or even the primary school level, then they have some sort of direction, and they can say, okay, I need this, and be able to work from there. So by the time they hit tertiary level education, they have skills, they have tools with which to move on.
So you all teach students to play a wide variety of instruments. What are some of these instruments?
Well, the workshop really is geared towards sensitizing students to our local music. All right, and that's basically it. It's a jazz. It's in a jazz, or it includes improvisation, but it very much like the music that we write and we're going to perform tomorrow. It's locally based music, right? So even though it's jazz, and it's good jazz with a lot of lovely harmonies and so on, you have the underpinning which is our rhythm, right? Our parlance basically.
Calypso jazz.
Calypso jazz, that's right.
How popular is Calypso jazz here?
Calypso jazz has a very loyal but a very small following here, all right? And people who know. So you get. The last time we were at Movie Town a couple of months ago, people come to me and say, I really like the music. I can identify with this, right? And so, the urge for I guess all artists is to want to branch out, But we are very introspective. We want to build correctly, So once the core is built correctly, then we can move on, and expand and so on. So.
Yeah. Are there other bands currently in Trinidad who do Calypso jazz as well?
Most bands do a fusion, and it's unfortunate that lots don't consider. Most of them don't consider our local music to be good enough to be played exclusively. They fuse it with a whole lot of different things. But that's just my opinion, right? But we are very conscious about the fact that our local rhythms are vast, and they're just as beautiful as any other. And we can pair them with jazz and make something, and really make the public identify with it.
What would you say is different or special about your band?
To begin with, we have we have an actual band, meaning we have a group of members who are committed to be playing with each other, and that kind of separates separates out a lot of bands, because a lot of bands just get together to do gigs, right? And from the beginning, I really did not want that, you know. I mean, from time to time, you will have to hire people, and you know, they just come and cut, right? But a band is a group of people who are literally developing together and who have a shared purpose, just like any organization, right? I say we play good music. We play music that is rich and is imbued with our cultural flavor, and we are learned. We are professional musicians, right? So what you hear is top shelf music, right? It's unfortunate that people come out to us and they are surprised that we play we play that well, right? Because truth be told, it's really difficult for musicians to get the tools, acquire the tools, which is why we do the workshops, right? Because it's a lot of work. It requires a lot of effort because we don't have a conservatory, all right, and we do have a music culture that is progressive in a particular way. We're very musical, and a lot of us play music, but in terms of the study and the practice of music, most of us shy away from that. You know, we prefer to go into another career. We prefer to have music just as a side, you know. But in order to really pursue this like anything else, you need to really step down and get your feet wet and study it, which requires years and years of sacrifice. So, but we've done the work. Our band has done the work. So expect us at a different level.
Have you been doing music all your life?
Practically, yes. My father, who died last month, he was one of my first inspirations, because he played music while my mom was pregnant. He played a particular kind of music. He played and he was very much into local music. He played cuatro, he played guitar, right? He was always humming. There was a radio show by Rocky McCollin, and Rocky McCollin used to play calypsos, and my father would hum and sing bass lines, all those calypsos, or pull the guitar and play, you know, and that really made an impact on me, right? He also used to on a Sunday evening open out all the windows and put on anything about Bacharach or Inglewood Humperdinck or whatever, and sing and sing to my mother, right? And that makes a real impact on a young child, because you're seeing a guy who is a welfare officer. He's pretty strict, but when he got into his music, he was totally different.
Wow.
Yeah. So that made an impact on me. So in addition to taking it further, you know, making a study of it, I have all of that to remember. You know, the fact that music has a purpose, right? It's not just an academic thing where you can, right? Neither it's just purely emotional. It's a mix of both.
So you said that your dad would play music while your mom was pregnant. Have you ever studied the impact that music has on an unborn child?
Yes, it has. It has a very, very lasting impact on children on every stage of development. In fact, I recently saw some footage of a guy with Alzheimer's.
Yes.
And he was given music and he wasn't talking at all. All right, and he was given music to listen to that would have been played in his 20s, while he was in his 20s. And he literally woke up, because our brains are wired, are hardwired to accept music as something that is enriching, as something that adds value, as something that knits things together. All right, you know, and that's just how it is. And the quality of the music, hence the reason why the quality of the music has to be good. You know, and coming back to unborn children, it is essential. I played well, while my wife was pregnant with my first child, I was in the orchestra, and we played that kind of music a lot, right? I also practiced in the house and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And my sons are I have two sons, and they are very much into music, even though we've just started them on formal music. They understand music differently, all right, because they've listened. Okay, yeah, I mean, they're more disciplined, right? They understand things at a deeper meaning. They may not be super intelligent, but they have depth of understanding.
Wow.
Right? And part of that is just listening and just being imbued with a musical culture.
Wow.
Right? But of course, you have to be very careful about what you allow your children to listen to. All right? Because it has an impact, whether it be negative or positive.
Well said. Dominant 7th Calypso Jazz Band. How many members?
Well, it's not 7 members. Maybe I think it's Dominant 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now it's 5. We have 5 members. We have Russell Durity on bass. We have Roger Saloom, who is my business partner in on drums. We have Ian Joseph. He goes by the name of Joseph on stage, so I have to call him Joseph. Or he plays guitar. And we recently added a guy called Arthur Jason Peters. Yeah, he's the Western Rollins, if you know Western Rollins. He's the Western Rollins of the Pan fraternity.
Wonderful, amazing combination. And they will be on tomorrow, Fiesta Plaza, Movie Town, from 8:30 to 9:30.
Yes.
Great. Well, best of luck. Thank you so much for being on our program. Really
Thank
enjoyed
you.
chatting with you.
Yes.